Hi, guys, and welcome back to Investing in New Hampshire with Porcupine Real Estate and Ledgeview Commercial. Today, of course, I'm joined with my favorite guest, Miss
Uh,
Brittany Ping from Ledgeview Commercial.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for joining me. And before we get into the meat and potatoes of today's show, which of course is going to be about a property here in Manchester, and we'll get to that in a second, I just want to remind people, please sign up for our investment newsletter. That's where you can get like the hot news on what's happening. And you can go to tinyurl.com/porcupine picks. And porcupine picks are the properties that we think are a good investment for someone who wants to come invest in freedom and liberty and the awesome stuff we're doing in New Hampshire. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe we picked another property on the west side of Manchester.
Okay, but I couldn't help myself with this one. This is a super unique opportunity. Like literally you get to be I did this personally when I house hacked 7 years ago. I bought a vacant building that had to undergo its very first COC. So no, it's been in the same family since before 1976. So this is its initial COC. It's totally vacant. It is beautiful. Look at this duplex on a big lot. It's over 7,000 square feet of a lot, so it's bigger than your standard 0.5 or tenth of an acre, right? A 5,000 square foot lot. So it's not quite a double, but it's nice and big and beautiful. You've got a garage. You've got parking spaces. This would be so cool for someone who's looking for that opportunity to move into one unit and offset their rental costs in the second. This would be a great opportunity for an Airbnb. It's vacant. It's a literal blank slate. It's beautiful.
So help me understand a few things.
Yes.
COC, that's occupancy?
Yes.
What?
So this is the certificate of occupancy with the city of Manchester. So
And
every 3 years, the city comes in and does an inspection to make sure that you are complying with code and able to rent out those units. So this is the very first one that this building has gone through, and the listing says it will be finalized before any sale.
okay, wow. So that means I think you did say that this building is vacant. I'm going to assume, although, Carla just making stuff up as we go along, that means, you can really set good market rates.
Exactly. You're not inheriting an tenant environment. You're not inheriting tenant leases. You get to create what this building looks like for the next piece of its history. I just love that. If you're somebody who's nervous about being a landlord, this means you get to vet your tenants. This means you get to create the tone of how they treat the common areas and the common spaces and the trash. You get to set the tone. It's a great opportunity for someone just coming into the investment game or for a long-term investor who wants that immediate return with market rents. You're going to be able to do it. So I even projected revenue. I went like C-class housing. It's not necessarily, that doesn't mean that that's your cap, but I said like an $1,800 to a $2,000 a month rental for a 3-bedroom in West Manchester. That might, that's current fair market rent. It might be higher if that's what you're looking for. If that's the level of service that you're bringing to your tenants, that's the level of maintenance that you bring to this beautiful building, you might be able to get more.
And let's talk about the neighborhood a little bit. This isn't a great part of West Manchester. It's a quaint, mostly single family homes, or some of these that are duplexes. As you said, the yard there is really big. You're close to several parks. We have Rock Rimmon here, which is, I think it's like 200 acres
It's
of
gorgeous. It's a
parkland.
gorgeous
There's
reserve.
a splash pad. There's like all this quality of living stuff that we, as people who live on the west side of Manchester, actually know and appreciate. And in some ways, I'm like, maybe we shouldn't tell everyone how awesome it is here.
No, it's the opposite. We're explaining why West Manchester is the Mecca. I'm partial. You're partial to West Manchester.
And so this
But I couldn't help myself when I saw this on the Porcupine Picks. I said, Carla, I know we want to talk about Epping. I know we want to talk about Keene, but this is such a cool opportunity. You really aren't going to see this very often. I'm surprised it's not already snatched up. So get out there, go look at it. I bet it's beautiful.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, I think that's a pretty good price. And as you said, if someone is willing to, live in one, you could offset your mortgage. And that yard. So definitely
And
everyone.
the garage.
Oh, yeah, and of course, because we know the value add of a garage in the winter is
Mhm.
you don't have to get the snow off your car immediately. Your car is
Yeah.
nice and toasty and dry.
Yeah.
Anything else you feel like folks should know about this?
Part of the thing that we haven't talked about, maybe we've implied, is your opportunity, the opportunity risk for maintenance is going to be much lower, at least for your first 6 months here. It's got a brand new COC and it's vacant. So you're going to have little stuff, just depending on how much you pay attention to it before someone moves in. They might have minor complaints, but the opportunity for larger complaints, health safety complaints, flooring complaints, cabinets, things like that are much, much lower. It's a risk to pick up something that's been in somebody's family for generations and generations and generations for deferred maintenance, but them requiring, and the work that you can see that they've done to get to that COC just is kind of that, a little bit of a breath, maybe start building up that CapEx for an unexpected cost, but the expected maintenance costs should be pretty low right off the bat in that first year.
Okay, fantastic. So I hope for folks who are watching this, get in on the game. Be sure to reach out to us. You can reach me, of course, Carla Garrick at carla@porcupinerealestate.com. Miss Brittany?
Yeah, so ping like a ping pong ball at ledgeviewcommercial.com. That'll get me.
Awesome. And then I just want to remind folks, we have this Get to Know New Hampshire weekend coming up, Discover New Hampshire. People are being invited to come in when it's the best time in our beautiful, beautiful state. So folks should go and get more information about that at porcupinerealestate.com. That's what we have for this week. And I can't wait to talk to you next week again. Take care now.
Thanks so much.